Hi there, Roger Burnley, vocal coach here. I have 3 exercises that I'm going to give you. Now, let me explain. All of these are directed at the same thing. Some of you may have seen some of my videos on YouTube or in other places, but you know that I'm always talking about a little discussed element of singing, and that is your swallowing muscles. Now, first of all, you don't need to really completely understand the whole physiology of the body or the anatomy or any of that, but you do need to get in touch with where your swallowing muscles are, which are right under here, underneath your jaw. If you just put your thumb underneath just to feel so that you can swallow, and you'll feel those muscles come down. If you have a hard time feeling them with that, then go into doing a yawn. Oh, big yawn. And you can feel where those muscles come down, and you'll also at the same time feel where your air is stopped as you're doing that yawn. That's the important part. When you're singing, when you're producing sound and those muscles are coming down, they are cutting off your air. The reason that they're cutting off your air is because they're causing your larynx or your voice box to move out of place, which is exactly what's supposed to happen when you're eating food, but not when you're singing. Now, a lot of you have heard of, many people have had all kinds of vocal problems, and you may have read something about this where they'll go to the doctor, an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and then all of a sudden they're diagnosed with acid reflux. Some of you may have experienced that. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who has acid reflux is a result of bad technique, vocal technique, but many times it is. So what I find is that once we start correcting your singing where those muscles are not getting in the way, then you're going to have less of your body, that reaction that your body would have where it's creating this acid that's kind of coming up in your throat, or where you might feel it or you experience where you're belching or burping quite a bit. It's the same action. So what we want to do is get rid of that, because what it's doing is interfering with your singing. Okay, so these there are 3 exercises. We'll do each one separately. Now, on this first one, this is a very strange one, but what I want you to do is you're going to place your thumbs under your jaw only to feel if the muscles are coming down. You don't need to push in, you just need to feel. Then you're going to do what I use a lot, meaning my crutches, as I call them. A lot of times I'll have you use your hands and make weird faces and all of that, but it's just so you can feel the difference in how we want the sound to start to begin to move through your body. So you're going to place your thumbs under here. You're going to make this weird face where you can get this kind of what I call this edgy, squeaky kind of sound. Then, as you're doing the exercise, and this is important, you're going to think that you're starting the notes up here in your forehead and you're coming down. Now, that's weird, and it's going to take you a while to get that one, but I'm going to demonstrate it for you so you get the idea of it. But it's just to think about it differently. Instead of thinking that you're going up for the notes, which will invariably have you kind of push up and use those muscles, we're going to reverse it all. So let me play it so I can do a little bit of it for you so you can get the idea. I think I'm starting here. I'm making this weird face as I'm coming down. Now let me explain. As I'm coming down that way, what I want you to get the idea, you're going to start to feel this freedom. Then the way that you are reaching those higher notes, it's never by pushing up for it. You're just allowing, and you just have to think this, you're allowing your vocal cords to get thinner or shorter. You're retraining your body to produce sound without using these swallowing muscles. This is very important. Let me go back and do a little bit again so you get the idea. you feel the muscles fighting you, exaggerate a little bit more. Each time you start up here. With your thumb here so you can feel. And if you get to a place where you feel the sound kind of break apart, you'll also feel where those muscles are starting to come down and they're interfering, and that's what you're going to experience a lot of times when you're singing, when you're feeling like your voice is breaking apart. That's a big reason why. So I've played the exercise for you a bit, but you can practice it. You can actually do it on any scale that you want. But the idea is to keep trying to go through your range where you're, one, thinking you're coming down into the notes, never pushing up, and also where you have your thumbs underneath where you feel this freedom. And I guarantee you, once you do this enough and your body gets used to it, and then you go to sing something, you're automatically, right away, are going to feel, oh, wow, things are a little more free. And that's where we're going. So work with this one for a while.